The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G is an ultra-premium smartphone that comes at a time when the world is in a disarray owing to a huge global pandemic. Humans have been forced to stay inside their homes and of course find creative ways to do work as well. And arguably their most important tool right now is the smartphone. Now with the Note 20 Ultra 5G, Samsung's idea is to appease the needs of the most ultra demanding user. Now while there's still time for my review, let's take a quick look at the unboxing of the Indian variant of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, which comes with Exynos 990, and find out what you get inside the box. Plus of course I will share my initial thoughts on the device after 3 days of usage. Hi, my name is Ershad. Let's get down to the video, but before we move on, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. The Note 20 Ultra comes in your typical black Samsung packaging with the S Pen etched boldly, this time in bronze. Interestingly, I noticed that the name of the phone was written very faintly on one side of the box. The phone comes in only one variant with 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage and costs Rs 1,04,999, making it the first Note series phone to breach the Rs 1 lakh barrier. The box shows a higher retail price obviously. On the other side, you can see the mystic bronze color clearly mentioned. On opening the top lid, you can see the phone and damn, it looks gorgeous in this colorway. Now, you know what? Let's just peel off the paper to reveal the color even more clearly. It looks good, right? Anyway, the camera bump is pretty massive, like you must have seen in multiple videos. Alright, let's just keep that aside and take a look at what else you get inside the box. Interestingly, Samsung has cut some corners in the in-box content. Inside the case, there used to be a transparent case and that's now missing. Now you do get a SIM ejector tool and there are a few quick start guides as well. Furthermore, you get a 25-watt charger inside the box. And weirdly, you get a cardboard cutout box for the USB OTG dongle but with nothing inside it. How odd. Moving on, you get a Type-C to Type-C cable. Apart from that, there's a Type-C earphone tuned by AKG inside the box. Thankfully, Samsung didn't skimp on that. So that's all you get inside the box. So here's another close look at the phone while we shall move on. No amount, trust me, no amount of looking at pictures of the phone will prepare you for the real thing, not even this video. The combination of Galaxy Note 20 Ultra's precision engineering and mystic bronze colorway makes it look and feel more luxurious than any other smartphone out there. Yes, I'm including the iPhone 11 Pro as well. Let's get the obvious out of the way. This is a massive phone. And you know what? It doesn't make sense to complain about the size of the phone because it's from the Note lineup. These phones are meant to be big. Now, if you don't like big phones, Samsung has other options for you. Talking about the size, using it with one hand is not easy and the Note series was never about one-handed usage anyway. The phone is obviously top heavy thanks to the massive camera bump. Scratch that, camera mountain that protrudes out of the ear. It doesn't just make the phone wobble on a flat surface, it does some complicated dance moves, Oppa Samsung style. Maybe a third-party case can hide the bump, but it will also add to the girth. That said, the Note 20 Ultra without the camera bump is actually slimmer at 8.1mm compared to the 8.8mm thickness of the S20 Ultra. Now the rear and the front are both protected by Corning's latest Gorilla Glass Victus. In fact, the Note 20 Ultra is the first one to use this new material. The other noticeable change is the precision of the S Pen. It has moved from the right to the left now. Samsung wasn't really forthcoming with the reason for this move, but it really doesn't matter, to be honest, you'll get used to it. Oh yeah, and there's still no headphone jack. Now, one of the important things to note, no pun intended, is that the Note 20 Ultra 5G actually comes with a dual SIM card tray, of which one of the SIM cards can be replaced for a micro SD card. Now, that doesn't mean that if you actually install a micro SD card, you have to lose out on dual SIM functionality because the phone also comes with eSIM support as well. Now, you must be wondering, does this mean that this makes it a triple SIM phone? Well, not. You can actually only use a couple of SIMs at a time, or physical eSIM, whatever combination you want to, but you get that option and that's pretty cool. So the 6.9-inch display on the front is an excellent 2K resolution curved dynamic AMOLED panel, which can now go up to 1500 nits of brightness. That's just nuts. Now, this is also the first phone in the Note series to get a high refresh rate panel. Yes, the Note 20 Ultra can go up to 120Hz refresh rate, but there is a massive catch. The phone only supports an adaptive mode where it switches between 120Hz and 60Hz at will. That's totally baffling considering the S20 Ultra comes with a constant 120Hz mode. Also, the 120Hz is available only at FHD plus resolution. Alright guys, just hold on. There is something interesting that I read after actually shooting this video, is that Samsung is using an adaptive refresh rate primarily because it is using an LTPO technology, which was first introduced by Apple, for the Apple Watch Series 4's display, which is actually a smartwatch. Now, Samsung's very own LTPO technology is called HOP, which is basically a short form for hybrid oxide and polycrystalline silicon. Now, Samsung is using this technology on the displays powered by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 and of course the Note 20 Ultra as well, which is why you're seeing the adaptive refresh rate. Now, the advantage of this is that you get better battery life. Now, that is something that I need to test, so I'll be doing that for the full review, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to read more about LTPO technology, I will share links in the description below. And interestingly, this video has been shot by the Note 20 Ultra at 4K 60 FPS using the front camera. Alright, let's move on. Anyway, in regular usage, you won't really find these things as big issues. I didn't. It was still a treat to watch videos on the phone, especially on the dual speaker setup. Talking about the speaker, I must mention that moving it close to the S Pen's position on the bottom edge causes the volume to muffle easily when the phone is held in landscape. Oh, and by the way, I have to say that the haptic feedback on the Note 20 Ultra is the best you can find on an Android phone, period. The S Pen has also been upgraded considerably now. Any graphic designer would appreciate the fact that Samsung has reduced the touch latency from 42 milliseconds to 9 milliseconds, which is a phenomenal upgrade. Numerically, the latency is on par with Apple Pencil's latency on the iPad. And theoretically, the pen literally glides on the screen, and I could immediately sense that it was better than the Note 10 Plus. Add to that, Samsung has ported air actions from the camera to the regular screen, which means you can do weird moves to perform different tasks in the air by pressing the button. For example, doing an inverted V minimizes the app, or scribbling in the air takes a screenshot, and you can annotate on it. I doubt if I'd ever use it that often. Okay, let's come to the contentious topic now, Exynos 990. While it now supports 5G, making it future-proof, it is considerably underpowered for a flagship chip compared to Qualcomm's Snapdragon 865 Plus. Incidentally, the Note 20 Ultra in the US comes with the Snapdragon 865 Plus chip, which has obviously always been the case. While I didn't notice any problem in daily performance, the Exynos 990 is clearly not meant for gamers. PUBG runs at max HDR and ultra settings. Even Call of Duty doesn't touch max frame rate at very high graphics, which is a pity. But I still enjoyed Call of Duty Mobile on this big screen. I was particularly surprised at the incredible touch latency. It was just excellent. Now, the battery inside the Note 20 Ultra is a 4500 mAh unit, and I will talk about the battery life and charging speeds in my full review, so stay tuned for that. I expected the camera setup on the Note 20 Ultra to be exactly the same as the one on the S20 Ultra. However, it has been pared down. While the primary camera is the same 108MP unit, you now get a 12 megapixel telephoto instead of a 48 megapixel sensor from the S20 Ultra. Also, the lens attached to the telephoto camera can zoom in further. So you get a longer 5x optical zoom lens instead of 4x on the S20 Ultra. Plus, there is a 50x hybrid zoom as well. And yeah, of course, there's no 100x digital zoom like you get on the S20 Ultra. There's also the same 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera on the Note 20 Ultra ported from the S20 Ultra. Oh yeah, it also looks like Samsung has realized there is no real use for the TOF sensor, so it has removed that. And finally, you get a 10 megapixel selfie camera, which is also a toned down selfie shooter compared to the S20 Ultra's massive 40 megapixel unit. I can't talk much about the camera performance just yet, but I noticed that autofocusing was better compared to the S20 Ultra thanks to the new extra laser autofocus. The pictures look good with excellent dynamic range and are ever so slightly oversaturated for that pop of colors. The color sense parity is great between the ultra wide angle and main camera as well. And night shots looked good too. Anyway, I have a few more samples, just take a look at them and judge for yourself. So yeah, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is an undeniably gorgeous smartphone, but I am definitely disappointed by the fact that it doesn't come with Snapdragon 865 Plus and still uses Exynos 990. But that issue aside, this phone is a top of the line premium experience, and I'm already enjoying my time with the phone because it feels good to hold in the hand and actually use. So that's it for my first impressions. They're obviously very positive. It is a good phone. So do let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it and what kind of videos you'd like to see us do on the Note 20 Ultra 5G. Until next time, this is Ershad from Mr. Phone signing off. Goodbye and Godspeed, my friends.